What is up, everyone? Here we are today with the second Game TV tournament. I didn't put the first one on YouTube because I was still figuring out how the whole Game TV system works, but I figured this second one, now I know what I'm doing, it should be easier. So the bracket is available on my Discord. Obviously, if you're watching the video back, then it's a little bit late to care about that, and you'll just see these games. But our first feature match, we're going to have SRPSS versus Pontiki, two extreme tryhards. And we're starting on open prairie, so without any further ado, let's get it started.
3, 2, 1. New objective received.
Alright, so we've got Pontiki playing a slightly weird GDI deck with no anti-infantry, so he's relying entirely on dogs, talons, and razorbacks as his anti-infantry. This means he's going to be a little bit weak to missile spam. Obviously, razorbacks can handle missiles, but it does make it a little bit awkward for him. SRPSS is playing he's playing Titan, which he's obsessed with at the moment. He's been talking about how good Titan is. Although slightly weird deck as well. Doesn't have any vehicles, so he's playing a triple air Titan deck with again Razorback as his primary anti-infantry unit. So as we can see, SRPSS is trying to pop cap Pontiki. It looks like he's refusing to kill these dogs to keep Pontiki pop capped. SRPSS responds to the Razorback with a hammerhead, and then a Mohawk to deal with these dogs. As you can see, Pontiki is completely pop capped because he hasn't lost these dog squadrons. Does mean he has a lot of money, so he can immediately go into this pit bull, but yeah, no way to get back on these pads in time. And SRPSS does take first missile.
Unit major structural damage received. Unit lost. Unit ready.
Talon is going to be very good for Pontiki, but obviously I think he should have actually gone Talon instead of pit bull there. Like, he needed to go Talons as quickly as possible.
Enhanced. Unit lost. Unit ready.
So SRPSS goes double harvester here, looking to go for the Titan.
Unit ready.
Ready to race. On my way. Harvester,
Unit enhanced.
moving out.
Not sure about this boosted pit bull. I don't know why he went MLRS either. Like, Pontiki's gone MLRS, but there's no vehicles on the field for SRPSS, so not a huge fan of that.
Unit ready.
Mohawk, since the nerf, is a little bit worse against Pitbull, but it looks like it still kind of dominates them.
Unit ready.
Yeah, I think Talon should be Pontiki's best unit, but it's going to really struggle with the hammerheads.
Unit
I really think that, yeah, I mean, basically SRPSS is just winning with his air units. He's not even going to make a Titan, it doesn't look like.
Unit lost. Unit ready.
Alright, SRPSS takes it fairly comfortably with the air power. Alright, game number 2. Pontiki switched to Nod. He's playing a triple air Nod deck. So SRPSS sticking with the same deck as before. So slightly interesting deck from Pontiki here. Again, no anti-infantry option. So he's relying on Venom and Wheels as his anti-infantry. This is going to be even harder to beat missile spam than the last one was, because he doesn't have Razorback. Like, Venom is not as good against missiles as Razorback is. Although last game SRPSS just won with spamming air power, so that might not be relevant. Interestingly, Pontiki's gone for the Banshee over the Phantom here, which means that he's still going to be behind in the air matchup, because Hammerheads are going to beat Banshees, generally speaking. Banshees do okay against Hammerheads, though. It's not like it's not completely horrendous. It's not like with the Talon, where the Talon gets 2-shot. Alright, so Pontiki boosts a Venom. I don't think this is going to be quick enough. Both players went for a little bit of pop capping. Oh, maybe just about gets on that pad. SRPSS goes Razorback for some reason. I mean, that's a slightly odd choice. But yeah, I guess it's one of the Raider units to get across to the pads. Looks pretty good for Pontiki. Is these missiles going to get here in time? Just about, but they don't kill the Venom in time. SRPSS does lose his unit on the top right. That Razorback does go down very quickly to this Banshee. Very good, looking very good for Pontiki right now, taking that first missile. Looks like we're going to basically just have an air mirror here. Both players' decks are primarily air. SRPSS with the Hammerhead does have the edge in that matchup, but Pontiki can support his air with bikes, whereas SRPSS only has missiles. But because Pontiki has no ground way to punish missiles, it's going to be really difficult for him to beat the formation that SRPSS is setting up here. Like, missiles plus a hammerhead is going to be really hard for Pontiki, because he just doesn't have a way to punish these missiles. And this is why it's important to have an anti-infantry unit. Or, like, at least if he had a ground-based unit that could beat missiles. Like, wheels don't win 1v1, so it's a really awkward matchup for him. And you can see how hard it is for him to push against this the air force that SRPSS has got. Yeah, this is why I'm surprised he went with the Banshee instead of the Phantom, because the Hammerhead is dominating his Banshees, whereas if he had a Phantom, he could actually win. And once again, SRPSS is just dominating with Mohawks. Yeah, SRPSS takes this second missile very comfortably. All 3 pads, Pontiki not even contesting them. And Pontiki finally goes into laser troops, which would have probably been a good choice a lot sooner than this, since that forces SRPSS into at least like a Razorback or something. SRPSS pushing hard on Pontiki's Harvester, should easily get it here. Doesn't really matter too much. It allows SRPSS to go Titan if he wants to, which I suspect he might, but he hasn't done it yet. He chose Razorback instead. Razorback goes down very quickly to these boosted bikes. Might lose it here. Oh, just survives. SRPSS goes for a second Razorback, not committing to these Titans yet. Pontiki doing a lot better now that he's got laser troops on the field as well as bikes. Bikes were not doing the good enough job against these Mohawks, but with the laser troop support as well, it's very hard for SRPSS to efficiently use his pop cap, because he needs an anti-infantry and the Hammerhead both alive at all times to deal with the lasers and the potential Banshees, which means that he's pop capped on units that aren't that useful against lasers and bikes. Pontiki hasn't rebuilt his Harvester though, trying to no-halve the rest of this game. I'm completely out of money now. I think this lack of a rebuilding of the Harvester is going to cost him. I don't think he's going to have enough money to keep making units. And yeah, SRPSS just beats him on the back of the economy. But still, didn't see a Titan. Didn't see a Titan in any of those games. Alright, so SRPSS does win 2-0. He will advance. Alright, here we go with round 2. We've got SRPSS taking on Mad Mike. Our first map is Fighting Pit. We've got SRPSS on the right playing the same Titan deck he played last round, and Mad Mike is playing a Fanatic Marauder Flame Tank deck. That's a very weird deck from Mad Mike. He has Stealth Tank. Stealth Tank is going to be absolutely critical in this matchup because SRPSS only has this triple air in the early game. So Stealth Tank is going to be fantastic. Stealth Tank and Buggy and Fanatic should be really, really good for Mad Mike. If SRPSS makes it to Titan, he's probably going to win, because it's going to be really hard for Mad Mike to take out a Titan with Hammerhead support. But if Mad Mike can win the early game, which he should be able to do using Fanatics and Stealth Tanks, he could potentially just win the game before Titans come out. So here comes the first Razorback. Mad Mike is still 50 away from his Stealth Tank. Oh, he decides to go Buggy. I think this is a big misplay from Mad Mike. If he'd waited for a Stealth Tank here, he could have killed this Razorback. But by going Buggy, he's going to lose the first missile to SRPSS. This is very bad for Mad Mike, because now SRPSS just he'll definitely live long enough to get to Titans. So SRPSS goes Mohawk to deal with these Buggies. Mad Mike basically has to go Stealth Tank at this point. He has nothing else that can possibly kill a Mohawk. So he does make a Stealth Tank. Doesn't finish this Razorback, however. Really needs to be getting value out of this Stealth Tank every time it reloads. Alright, so he's managed to kill one Mohawk, but the Stealth Tank is half dead. And he doesn't have Fanatic boost on it. He's also about to lose his Harvester. I mean, he's completely broke. If he loses this Stealth Tank as well... Oh, wow. He loses the Stealth Tank without killing another Mohawk. I think this one's over. Mad Mike's just completely pushed off the field now. Wow. Very early surrender there from Mad Mike. And that whole game, I think, came down to his choice of building a Buggy instead of saving for a Stealth Tank against that Razorback. If he'd saved for a Stealth Tank, that game could have gone completely differently. Alright. Game 2, SRPSS versus Mad Mike. So Mad Mike has switched to GDI here.
New objective available.
Mad Mike has switched to his own Titan deck. So this is actually a pretty great choice by Mad Mike, I think. His deck makes a lot of sense if you look at it in comparison to SRPSS's. So he's gone for Slingshot to handle the triple air from SRPSS. And then he's got Grens and Titan to ensure that he can win the Titan mirror. And he's got Shock Troopers to make sure that he can beat all the infantry from SRPSS. Because Shock Troopers will easily beat Riflemen 1v1. I'm not a huge fan of the Shock Troopers, to be honest. I think that they would be better if they were just Riflemen and then he used a different unit, like a Razorback, for his anti-infantry. But I can see where he's going with this deck, and it makes sense to me. Like, he clearly has a plan. He's built the deck specifically to counter what SRPSS is doing, I think. And it does make sense. Like, conceptually, a lot of the units in the deck do make a lot of sense to me. So he chooses to go double Harvester when he sees SRPSS's double Harvester. I'm not sure this is the correct play. He needs to get a Slingshot out. I think it might have been better to just go an early Slingshot. And, yeah, because, like, this Slingshot comes out now, but there's going to be 2 Mohawks chasing it down. He boosts it. Here comes the Liang drone. Takes out 1 Mohawk, but the second Mohawk is going to take out the Slingshot. And this is awkward for Mad Mike, because if he loses a Harvester, he's very far behind in this Talon war. He's also charging the pads, which is actually not great, because SRPSS is just going to steal it right as it's about to fire. He's going to put a Mohawk on each pad, like he's doing now. Although maybe this Talon is going to be in time. No, I think charging the pads from Mad Mike there was not great. If you don't have map control, charging the pads is not necessarily the best plan. And SRPSS gets a Harvester kill as well, so now he gets the first Titan out. And he's just bullied these Slingshots. These Slingshots have not had good protection. They've been forced back constantly by the Mohawks. And yeah, Mad Mike switches to Grens because of the Titan. But SRPSS is so far ahead in money right now. It's really tough for Mad Mike. He needs to set up Slingshot, but the Slingshot can't really hide behind stuff because of Titan's beam. Like, a Titan can shoot through any blocking unit to kill the Slingshot. Yeah, Titan hunts down the Slingshot. Razorbacks is slaughtering these Grens. I do think Mad Mike's deck was a good choice, but I think SRPSS just kind of outplayed him a little bit there. Alright, and SRPSS does take it 2-0. Alright, so we've got SRPSS taking on Tommy. This is the quarterfinals, the first match of the quarterfinals.
3, 2, 1. New objective available.
Still sticking with that Titan deck.
Yeah. SRPSS is obsessed with Titan now. He believes it to be really, really powerful. Even though I think he's made like 1 Titan in 4 or 5 games now.
I mean, to be fair, that Titan did kind of wreck everything, though.
Yeah, but also he had won the game before the Titan came out, so...
Yeah, fair point.
Like, he won every other game without making a Titan as well. Like, I'm reasonably certain that Liang and Razorback are broken, and Titan is just just a random unit you can play along with it.
Thanks for streaming during this time.
You could have just stopped at Liang is broken, I think.
Yeah, that's fair. Alright, so SRPSS is obviously aggressively pop capping Tommy. Tommy is down to... He's got three one-man squads now. SRPSS is now going to go Mohawk, and this is going to go for the Harvester because Tommy can't make units. I suspect as the missile's about to fire, we'll see SRPSS make a Razorback, clean up all of these rifles and steal the missile. That would be my guess. Yep, here comes the Razorback. Tommy makes a Banshee in response, but unless he gets it to the pad right now, it's not going to be quick enough. He sends it to the pads, does get on the pad, but a Missile Trooper from SRPSS, and SRPSS is going to get a free Harvester kill here as well. Razorback finishes off all 3 of those rifle squads, and SRPSS takes the missile very easily.
Pop capping used to great effect there.
Yeah, that's basically how you're supposed to do pop capping. And Tommy chose to use a drill pod on SRPSS's base, which I'm really not a big fan of at all. That also cost him pop cap and really did very little relevant damage to the base. Unless you get half the base, it's not worth doing any damage to the base, really. Like, it's just pointless. So
He did it before he did the Banshee too, which was odd because it hurt him even more with the pop cap.
Yeah, it was really unfortunate. And SRPSS making great use of this Razorback. Takes out both the laser squads there. And now we're going to see the first Titan in a second.
I think this match is all but over.
Yeah, I mean, this game seems very difficult for Tommy to come back from. Although once again, like I mean, the Titan, the SRPSS was dominating before the Titan came out, so it's not really clear the Titan is a relevant part of this game plan.
I think he could have built just about any other unit and been about in the same position, actually.
Yeah, I agree. Alright, so SRPSS makes that Hammerhead to take down these Banshees. He's got pretty great map control here. He just needs to take care of these Banshees and he should win this second missile. And yeah, there it is. And SRPSS takes it fairly comfortably again.
I mean, if you can dominate with a 5-unit deck, Titan's a fun one to come in with at the end, I guess.
Yeah. Alright, so SRPSS versus Tommy game 2. Tommy is playing...
No slingshot.
Gone for Seth, so definitely not going to have the slingshot I was hoping to see.
3, 2, 1. New mission.
And he's got Stealth Tank, Banshee, and Phantom. Wow, so he's got 3 anti-air units, like 5 anti-air units really. Only the Riflemen don't shoot up. So yeah, Tommy really going for the, trying to win this air battle here.
He just needs to avoid the pop cap, that's what keeps killing him.
Yeah, that's going to be honestly, against someone like SRPSS, I think making your 3rd squad unit is just a colossal error. Like, this 3rd Rifleman is probably just going to be a massive nightmare for Tommy, because it's just going to be, oh, actually, SRPSS kills a Rifleman there. I don't know if that was by accident. I suspect it was. Yeah, I don't think he meant to kill that one man.
Fight infantry, though, than Rifleman.
Sorry, what was that?
He has no way to fight infantry other than the Rifleman. He's got no choice but to keep him.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, maybe Tommy hasn't really thought through his deck here.
Like a Chem Buggy would have done wonders here.
Alright, so SRPSS does go into Mohawk. Tommy immediately responds to a Stealth Tank. Great counters that Mohawk. But yeah, once again, has a bunch of units, a bunch of one-man units. Although, interestingly, SRPSS goes for another Mohawk instead of a Razorback here. I don't think that was a mistake there. This Mohawk was not particularly relevant for the missile. So Tommy does take first missile. SRPSS manages to kill off one of the kill off the Stealth Tank for it though, so he's pretty far ahead in economy thanks to that trade. And now we're going to see the classic Razorback plus Missile Trooper combo, which is extremely hard to beat.
Especially with nothing but Riflemen. This is, yeah.
Yeah, this is very, very rough.
It was good to steal that missile,
fanatics.
but I don't know if he's going to be able to get another one.
Yeah, and you can already see how brutal this is for Tommy. This single Razorback is just essentially indestructible. He finally takes it out, but he's lost two stealth tanks, 3 stealth tanks trying to do it, so he's down several hundred Tiberium on the exchange. Here comes second missile.
The stealth tank, that was crucial.
Yeah, Tommy actually pop-capped here. Pop-capped SRPSS here on these missiles troopers. Flame Trooper comes down. That's going to get eaten by this Razorback, though.
It bought him a little time, though. Maybe just enough.
And there's the flip.
That was well done by SRPSS, hanging north just long enough to get the flip.
And SRPSS switched into just pure air spam, and here's the first Titan. Titan's going to go straight for that Harvester. And I don't see how Tommy's going to cope with this. He still hasn't even opened his air tower, which is quite a critical part of his game plan, I think. I mean, if you're just going to make stealth tanks, which is fair enough against what SRPSS is doing, then I don't think you should be playing Phantom and Banshee. Like, there's no reason to play those 2 units if you're going to be using stealth tank as your only anti-air. Oh, and this stealth tank's going to die to this Titan. Yeah. And I think that's probably game over. The second Titan comes out.
I think he went too hard on the anti-air. Like,
yeah.
Every unit he has is anti-air and didn't really leave him anything else.
Yeah, and there's no way you can kill these Titans now.
No, not 2 of them, no.
Alright, pretty dominant performance for SRPSS. Alright, so here we have Beast versus Green Throw, also the quarterfinals. Alright, so Green Throw with a sniper deck with Orca and jump jets, and Beast going for a laser drone rush with the classic laser drone chem deck.
Not really much early response Green Throw has available, so Might be able to pull off the harvester kill here.
Yeah, he's gonna have to save up for either a slingshot or missiles. He could make missiles now, but looks like he's gonna go for the slingshot instead. Interestingly, Beast did not go all in with the second laser troop squad, which could have killed this harvester. Maybe still does. Very close, or just gets it.
yeah.
Just gets it, which is pretty important for him because he could not afford a harvester without that. Although interestingly, Beast doesn't go harvester. Maybe he's gonna try and win first missile. Oh, no, there it is. There it is. Okay. I actually think this close to the missile, it might have made sense to win the first missile before making the harvester. Classic Liang steal on that top pad.
Oh.
Beast does not block, doesn't get the block there. Losing these lasers slowly to these dogs. This is like the slowest match ever. It's just dog versus laser to determine who gets this missile. It looks like Green Throw's gonna take it. He's gonna get this block. Does get the block. And Beast did not take out that Liang drone in time.
Despite the harvester kill, Beast is still a little bit behind in economy.
Yeah. That's I mean, the thing is, you normally, the person harvesting is just making so much money that you don't even get that far ahead by killing a harvester.
Out come the chem troopers trying to head down south for the base.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. I'm not a fan of the going for the base bomb after losing a missile. Like, because I think it just wastes all your resources pretty much. It's possible he was just trying to get around behind the snipers though, which he does take out one sniper squad, which is a fairly even trade, 50 for 60. It's not terrible. Now Beast is going to just be spamming these chems, which I think is actually a good idea. Chems are so beefy, like one sniper squad can't actually beat chem spam. Oh, and he goes for the catalyst missile. I don't know about this. It's actually really good though. Green Throw doesn't move at all. Ends up losing everything, and that's going to win Beast this missile easily.
No Liang drone is still top pad this time.
Yep. That slight cost increase actually making a difference here. Interestingly, Greeno has double sniper. Normally when you have double sniper, your opponent will just stop making infantry, but Beast's deck is triple infantry. He doesn't really have a lot of options, apart from making more infantry. Like, if he wants to fight jump jet sniper, he has to make infantry. So actually, normally, I'd say double sniper is an overcommitment, but in this matchup, I think it's fine to have two sniper squads out.
Green Throw just can't seem to get the combined set of units out to keep Beast is doing a good job of alternating what he's sending.
Yeah, the problem for Beast is that he simply can't remove these snipers. He finally gets onto one of them. This one sniper squad is going to go down. But how is Green Throw gonna? How is Beast gonna get back on this top pad? It doesn't look like he is.
He's not. He's not gonna make. Yep, there's a.
And there it is. Green Throw does take it. Felt like Green Throw was in control of that game a lot more than Beast. Beast had most of the map control, but simply by virtue of throwing beefy units into snipers over and over, so the snipers never got a chance to move up. But it felt like Greeno was actually the one more in control most of the time.
3, 2, 1. New objective received.
Beast is bringing the Orca Bomber air deck, and looks like Green Throw's got. Green Throw might struggle a little. The anti-air for Orca Bomber always got is the slingshot, which Orca Bombers can take out, and so can Orcas. Interesting to see how this one plays out.
Yeah, it's gonna. Orca is not fantastic against slingshot. It's quite easy to take down Orcas, but the Orca Bomber is a nightmare. I think Greeno's best chance in this game is to get a slingshot set up with air units blocking for it, so the Orca Bomber simply can't reach the slingshot. I think slingshot's fantastic on this map. Big fan of slingshot. I feel like if he was playing Talon as well, although actually, I think maybe what he just needs to do is build. He needs to put the slingshot where he's put it, which is great. And then he wants like a Mohawk or maybe two Mohawks and then one Razorback. And that's probably like the ideal unit composition for him against what Beast is doing.
Kind of just an air wall to protect the slingshot.
Yeah, exactly. Like an air wall in front of the slingshot so Borka can't get to it easily. And then Mohawks stop the pit bulls, and a single Razorback should be able to beat basically infinite missile troopers. So I think that's what he's looking to do here. And as you can see, that is what he's going for. He's already got the slingshot and he's built the first Mohawk, and now he's built the Razorback. I would not be surprised to see another Mohawk come out fairly soon.
Bad matchups on all the pads at the moment.
He's got the rifles are going to take out these missiles eventually. If he moves them up to block as well, he's going to be in really good shape. Oh, moves the slingshot in to take the pad, and that does win in the missile. Very nice play from Greeno there.
Beast lost the missile but managed to break the air wall, so if he is able to get an Orca Bomber out, that might
yeah, this would be a really good time for an Orca Bomber, actually. I think he should have saved for an Orca Bomber instead of going for the Orca here. I'm a little surprised to see Orca Bomber, honestly. But the Orca does take out that MLRS. If that had been an Orca Bomber, he could have maybe got the slingshot at the same time. Ooh, he's using it to harass the Harvester. I think that's a good play.
Gonna lose the second slingshot again there.
Doesn't quite get the Harvester. Liangron does heal it just enough. And this is how Beast wins this game, by the way, is if he can keep Greeno off balance. If Greeno gets set up with his in position here, it's going to be really hard for him to win. But if he can keep him pushed back off of the pads like he's doing now, then he can take missiles.
He'll get that Pitbull on the bottom pad, but it needs to get Greenthrow needs to get something on the top pad, and he does. Ooh,
Pitbull doesn't get onto top. Oh, and that's going to be it. Pitbull gets blocked by the missiles, and that's going to be it. Greeno takes it.
Well done with the missile block, just at the last second.
Victor versus Maximus, the first of the semi-finals. We're on Fertile Basin, I believe. Yeah, Fertile Basin. And we've got a Jade versus Jackson game.
I'm gonna bet it's a Mammoth tank on Victor's part. No, totally wrong.
Very weird deck from Victor. Well, it's not that his deck is weird. It's that I would fully expect him to be playing Solomon with this deck. Like, this looks like a Solomon deck, but then he's playing Jackson instead, which is yeah, surprising to me. Maximus is playing the Laser Drone Jade deck, but instead of bikes, he has Venom, which is very weird as well, because he has triple infantry removal. He's got Venom and Chems as tier 2 anti-infantry.
Yeah, very little in the way of anti-mechanized on that deck.
Yeah, he has only laser drones and lasers, so he's actually really weak to Pitbull as well. Because Pitbull
looks like Victor's trying the pop cap strategy this time.
Yeah, Victor is also well known for the pop capping. And as you can see, it's very effective first missile because Maximus can't make units and Victor just has complete map control now. And yeah, Victor's going to take the first missile pretty easily. The Maximus responds to... Also, Phantom is going to be really hard for Maximus to deal with. Sorry, Talon is, because Phantoms are not that good against Talons. Like, you need to kill 4 Talons before you make back. Like, before you've made profit on your Phantom. And Maximus is going to have a really hard time dealing with these Pitbulls as well. You can see how easy it is to run a Pitbull away from lasers. Like, these lasers have managed to fire like 2 shots against these Pitbulls so far. And laser drones don't beat Pitbulls either, so... As long as Victor could just make rifles and Pitbulls, and it would be really hard for Maximus to beat that.
Yeah, the lack of anti-mechanized is really starting to bite him here with those Pitbulls running around. There's just nothing that's terribly effective against them.
Catalyst missile on a boosted Talon. Victor obviously dodges very easily. And yeah, takes the missile fairly easy. I think the matchup was heavily in favor of Victor there, like in terms of decks.
3, 2, 1. New objective available.
Alright, so Maximus is back on his standard ladder deck. This is what you always see Maximus playing on ladder. And Victor's playing the same deck, but this time Strong Arm. I think that's a great choice. Strong Arm is fantastic on this map.
Yeah, that middle square tile, you can just shut down all movement.
Yeah.
They both have strong arm though, so it's a matter of who gets it there first. Really.
Yeah, this is actually a really interesting map to have a strong arm mirror on. Usually what happens is it comes down to who can occupy that tile at the right time with a turret. So often what you want to do is actually just have a unit hanging out on that tile so your opponent can't put a turret there. And then you can start moving your unit and then put a turret down.
Victor seems to be trying to keep units in there as much as possible.
Unit lost.
Yeah, experienced players on this map will know that it's actually really important to maintain. Yeah, there we go. There comes the first turret from Victor. This might be a little too early. We're going to have to wait and see. I think it's good timing, though.
It moved the jump jets back and gave him enough map control to kind of recover from the bad matchups he had on most of the tiles.
Yeah, and look how strong this turret's area denial is. Like, these jump jets were forced way back. Didn't go where they wanted to do. And honestly, I think Victor won. Maximus's turret was so much weaker because Victor had taken the appropriate tile.
Yeah, my guess is Maximus wanted to do it and just got beat by half a second.
Yep. Gonna see a little bit of a Talon mirror here. Maximus is gonna go for his patented Wolverine. Wow, Victor drops his turret again. This might be a little too early. We'll have to wait and see. This one, it might be early enough that he can drop another one for the end of the missile.
Yeah, I think he's got time for the cooldown there.
Man, turret expires really quickly now.
Defense lost.
I think turret has been over nerfed, honestly. And then Maximus drops his turret as soon as the tile is available.
Unit lost. Unit
Oh, right before the missile too. That's gonna be huge for him.
Yeah. As you can see, like the player with the turret alive in that spot at the end of the missile is usually the one who's winning the game.
unit lost. Unit ready.
And yeah, Maximus this time takes the missile pretty much just because of that turret again. Like it just gets so strong on this map.
Received.
Yeah, so far the person that has won the missile has always been the person with the turret in the middle.
Yep. Interestingly, Maximus still hasn't made it to actually making a Wolverine, so that tech lab was a pretty big cost for him. It cost him, oh, there's the first Wolverine, but yeah, that tech lab would have cost him, what, 90? Yeah, 90 Tiberium that he spent on that tech lab. Victor again drops a turret, again potentially too early. Oh, I don't know why he's going for a second Wolverine here.
Unit ready.
The Wolverine jump jet combo is going to be hard to beat if he can get some jump jets forward. That second Wolverine, I think you're right, was probably a mistake.
Yeah, he needs to kill these pit bulls at the bottom. Although, maybe not. Victor is slacking a little bit. He isn't getting any units onto these pads. Pops that turret up though. Let's see if it goes free for free on the player with the turret. Looks like it's gonna be free for free. Person with turret always wins the missile.
Lost.
Is that Pipple? Yep, there it is.
Survive that Pipple. Yep, that's it.
Literally every missile was won by the guy who had a turret available, had the turret in the middle tile.
Unit lost.
And I think if Maximus had made jump jets instead of that second Wolverine, he could have got the first Wolverine onto the pads, and it would have been a big difference.
Establishing
Match point for Victor. He's swapped to Seth, and Maximus still playing Strongarm. I suspect we'll see Maximus playing the same deck he played last game. That is his comfort deck.
Always go to the comfort deck if you're behind in a tournament, I feel like.
Received.
Yeah, it's a... Oh, hang on. He switched the Wolverine out for Zone Troopers, though. I think that's a good choice.
That's against this deck, that's a very good choice.
I think against every deck, that's a good choice. I don't think there's a deck where Wolverine... Well, I'm sure there is a deck out there, but there's almost no decks where Wolverine is a better choice than Zone Trooper.
Unit ready.
Alright, so Victor's pushing in for the 2v1. Maximus retreats. Good play to retreat there. Brings in the second missile to support.
Building
Let's see if he
online.
switches to Fanatics here, I would guess.
Yep.
There they are.
And then Maximus is going to make Talon when he sees these Fanatics.
Unit ready.
And then Victor will make Bikes to fight Talon. And then Maximus will make Orca to fight the Bikes. I've played this matchup a lot of times against Maximus, so I know exactly how it's going to play out.
Unit ready.
The stalling is definitely in favor of Maximus, though. The zone troopers come out near the end, and that's gonna be really hard for Victor to fight off.
Yeah, I agree. The longer the game goes on, the better it favors the guy with the tech unit, generally speaking. Here comes the turret. He's gonna go for a flip. He's going for the flip. Is he gonna get it? He does. Very nice timing from Maximus there. Does lose that Orca. So if that flip had been any slower, that Orca would have gone down and he wouldn't have got it. So yeah, really nice timing from Maximus there.
Out come the jump jets.
That first missile win is huge for him as well, because again he has those zone troopers, which if you make, the longer the game goes, the more likely he is to start making zone troopers.
Victor really just doesn't have a good counter to the zone troopers. I mean, fanatics against zones they'll do it, but it's not easy to pull off.
Yeah, you kind of need to double up the fanatics against zones. 1v1, the zones will win.
Got a lone missile trooper over there. Oh, Maximus is actually going to go kill it. I would have left that sit there.
Yeah, I think he started to actually worry about his harvester because now there's a lone bike heading there as well. I think lone bike plus lone missile would have actually killed the harvester. Alright, so here comes the second missile. Victor needs to get back on this top pad. He needs to get this stealth tank boosted because it is taking forever to reload. Doesn't move the stealth tank down to get the boost. Pretty big error there from Victor. Means this stealth tank takes forever to reload. You can kill 2 Talons with a stealth tank if you micro it properly. Doesn't need to though. Second Talon doesn't get there in time, and Victor does take that second missile quite easily.
This combo, the fanatics with the roaming stealth tank, might be enough to stave Maximus off here, not down at the end.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be good until the zones come out. But again, Maximus spent 90 on that tech lab, doesn't have zone troopers yet. Basically just wasted 90 Tiberium. Does manage to get the Orca volley onto the stealth tank, but doesn't kill it.
He manages to take out both Talons with that stealth tank.
Yeah, didn't actually switch targets, just one of the Talons was already damaged.
I think this is just going to be a Fanatic stealth tank from Victor for the rest of the game.
Yeah, and Maximus just is never going to make it to these zone troopers, which is really unfortunate for him. Because the game is getting pretty late now, and he did spend a lot of money on that. He's actually completely broke now. So if he hadn't spent that 90 on the tech lab, he might have been able to produce another unit here. Goes for a second flip, doesn't do it in time. And Victor does take it down. Well, that means Victor is going to advance to the finals. Greeno with Kane for some reason. Not sure what's going on there. Take a look at his deck. Okay. So I know that you can do laserless nod, right? Alicia has proven that many times that you can play without lasers and missiles. There's been plenty of GDI decks that don't have missiles because they play like, you know, jump jets and slingshot. They don't need the missiles. That's always been a thing you can do with GDI. But this whole no anti-infantry thing that we're seeing on Nod today, I don't understand it. I think it's very weird. It might be in an attempt to play around Razorbacks by simply just not having infantry. But the problem is that you can't beat the missiles. Like, that's why Razorback missile is so good, is because you can't kill the missiles without infantry. And then Razorback kills the infantry. So by just not having infantry, you're just weak to missiles, as far as I can tell. But Buggy is good for the first 30 seconds of the game. And Greeno did open Buggy, so it's looking pretty strong for him here. Oh, I just realized SRPSS is double harvest, so that's why Greeno's winning so easily. Yeah. Okay, so SRPSS did go double harvesters to try and get these Titans out quickly. That's why Greeno has dominated the first missile so insanely hard. And he's actually about to get his first Titan. Titan is going to be pretty difficult for Greeno to deal with. He does have laser drones, though.
The laser drones are really his only answer to the Titan.
Interesting split fire there. Yeah. I guess he wanted, because he knew the lasers were going to finish off the front one, he wanted to get damage on the second. I would have just killed the second one outright, I think. And then used the lasers to kill the first one. Alright, so here comes the Titan. This is going to be really hard for him to kill. And SRPSS has hammerheads. If Greeno can snipe the hammerheads with stealth tanks, then the laser drones can obviously take care of the Titans. But Titan one-shot stealth tank, so it's pretty easy for Titan to do what it's doing here, which is just walk on through. I think Greeno should shoot the Titan. Yeah, this is nice. Doesn't quite get it, though. That's sad. If he'd managed to finish it off there, he'd be really far ahead right now.
That Liang drone's going to be a giant
thorn. Oh, it's ridiculous, isn't it? Look at that. It actually does more healing than the laser drone squad does damage. Or, like, equal amounts. Like, he's just not doing any damage to that Titan. Here comes the Obelisk.
Here comes the Cane Tower.
Completely pointless.
Well, it might kill that Titan, yeah.
Yeah, but way too late.
I wonder if the Liang drone heals more than the Cane Tower does.
Cane Tower attacks pretty slowly. Like, I would not... I mean, I'd be a little bit surprised, but I wouldn't even be that... That's the sad thing, is I wouldn't even be that surprised if the Liang drone healed more to a Titan than the Cane Tower did. Because Cane Tower fires really slowly. It's like every 3 or 4 seconds or something.
retargeted the Titan to try to knock the bike squads down. I think he's trying to pull off a pop cap here. The Titan does go down again.
Safe to assume that SRPSS is always trying to pull off a pop cap, I think. And it's looking pretty bad for Greeno here. He just... Oh, here comes the Titan there, the obelisk again. Gonna get one shot off, I think. Yep, he gets one shot off before it expires, plus Titan shooting it. Cane Tower is just abysmal. Like, obelisk is just abysmal.
I mean, Titan is the thing that the Cane Tower is really should be amazing against, and even then.
Yeah, like expensive tech units is exactly what the Cane Tower should be good against, and it's still trash. Alright, SRPSS taking on Greeno in the semi-finals. Game 2, SRPSS 1-0 up.
3, 2,
See if SRPS this deviates from that. Oh, he does. Non-Titan deck.
Unit ready.
It's very nearly a mirror. Grens for the Predator is the only difference in these two decks.
Unit ready.
Oh, and Strong Arm versus Liang.
So once again on this map, I think Strong Arm is absolutely fantastic. SRPS is actually not playing the Titan this time, which is interesting. I don't know if this is because he's hoping Greeno will be playing something to counter his Titan, or if he is simply wanting to actually win games now and doesn't want to meme with the Titans anymore. I don't know.
Unit ready.
Yeah, here's the pop captain from SRPSS, and Greeno has gone 4 Rifleman squads. I really cannot state this enough. If your opponent is doing this to you, making more squads is the worst thing you can do.
Defense online.
Here comes the turret. I don't know if it's going to be in time. Although, I mean, SRPSS again has gone double Mohawk instead of making a Razorback, so he actually isn't killing these Riflemen very quickly. Another Mohawk. Wow, and SRPSS is going to lose the missile to these one-man rifles, which a single Razorback would have killed in about half a second. Not really sure why SRPSS did that.
I think there was some missed micro there trying to move the bottom Mohawk up by he did move it up by accident as opposed to taking out those bottom 2 riflemen.
Yeah, I think you're right. And also I think the top Mohawk moved around a little bit more than it was supposed to.
Still sticking with the pop cap strategy. Out
Yeah.
comes the Razorback.
Feels a little bit like SRPSS is more focused on keeping Greeno pop capped than he is on trying to win the game, which isn't a thing I actually see people do quite a lot.
So this one does kind of favor Green Throw with the Predator, or the Grens are gonna. The Grens will be able to take out the Predator and the Slingshot, as opposed to the Predator won't be able to do much against the Gren.
Yeah, I actually like Greeno's deck quite a lot because these Grens give him outs to Titan, whilst also being like with the Slingshot they don't automatically lose to Razorbacks. Like you see here, he doesn't even lose the Grens. They're just about still alive, and he killed I think 2 Razorbacks now with that Slingshot, whilst they were trying to kill the Grens.
He lost his Slingshot, so now the Razorback comes in unopposed.
And here's the turret. Yeah, it looks like Greeno's going to take this one pretty comfortably. And I think SRPSS probably kicking himself for not having a Titan in his deck at this point.
Defense lost. 3, 2, 1. New objective received.
And
Gone back to the Titan
SRPSS,
deck
yeah,
for
back to the sweet
SRPSS.
Titan.
Line.
And Greeno actually has Zone Troopers, which, I mean, I hate to say it, I genuinely think Grens would have been a better option. I think, well, I don't know, maybe not. Zone Troopers are going to be decent in this matchup, but since they're nerfed, they're no longer as imposing as they were.
Unit ready.
I think Greeno has the advantage in this matchup because he has the Slingshot, and I think Slingshot plus Mohawk should beat Razorback, Pitbull, Hammerhead. But it also depends on whether or not the tech units come out, because if the tech units start coming out, a Liang Titan actually beats Zone Troopers, which is insane, but yeah.
Aggressive pop capping here from SRPSS again.
Yeah, every single game. You can see how hard he tries to keep these riflemen alive. It really is just his one goal in life. And Greeno loses 2 of them to the Tiberium, and actually now finds himself a little bit short on units. Maybe wishes he kept one of them alive.
Unit lost.
Coming down at the end of the missile here.
Unit ready.
Ooh, surprised to see a second missile trooper from Greeno here. I would have expected to see a Mohawk there. A little bit of over micro with these missiles. He should have just left them shooting the Pitbull whilst the Razorback contested the pad. SRPSS's Razorback comes in. It's going to clean up both these missile troopers, but there is a slingshot to defend. Slingshot is not doing enough. Razorback does clean up everything, and that's going to be missile for SRPSS. Yeah, I really think he should have gone for the Mohawk instead of missiles there. Mohawk would have been a lot harder for SRPSS to take out quickly. And SRPSS with the second Harvester, looking to make those Titans.
Unit ready.
I guess he's just gonna scale back here and wait till the Titan comes out. He seems to not really be contesting much. Here comes the Pitbull.
Unit lost. Unit ready.
Neither player has the tech lab open yet.
Unit lost.
Yeah, and obviously SRPSS with double Harvester is going to be able to make a lot more tech units than Greenthrow. Although Greenthrow he could make a zone trooper now if he wanted to. Yeah, he builds the tech lab. He's going to make a zone trooper pretty soon. Oh no, he goes for missiles. This makes no sense to me. If you have 100 Tiberium, and your tech lab is open, why would you make missiles? You're like so close to being able to make the zones, and zones are just super missiles, right? Like they're just beefed up missiles. So I don't understand why he went missiles there. Finally gets these zone troopers out. These zone troopers are actually not going to do great against this Titan. Not if the Razorback supports.
I don't think he's going to pull it off here. I think he's he loses the middle pad and then
yeah, that's going to be game.
The top pad.
Wait, hang on. Does he get zones? He does not. And yeah, that's game over.
Yeah.
I think if Greeno had won the first missile, he would have actually been in good shape here. I think these zones might have taken over the game, but yeah, he didn't have time to get them into position. And SRPSS back on his triple air Titan deck. Greeno playing the Agent Shadow Fanatic Shade deck. Pretty interesting choice. I like it a lot, actually. I think it's a good choice for this map. The Fanatics are going to be good against SRPSS's infantry, and the Stealth Tank's going to be good against his triple air. And then he has Shade, so he's not just dead to Titans. Obviously, Titan does take a lot of Shade volleys, but yeah, if you're winning when the Titan comes out, you don't lose to it, basically. If you're losing when the Titan comes out, you're in trouble, but if you're winning when it comes out, you can kill it with Shade spam and win the game.
Not quite as easy to pull that off as it used to be when Shades were cheaper.
Yeah, I mean, when Shades were 40 and they reloaded in like 5 seconds, they were just obnoxious, but... Yeah, so Greeno's gone triple wheel here. Interesting to see, SRPSS does not try and pop cap these wheels. But you can see Greeno's got pretty strong lead right now on the map. Oh, the Liangdron comes in to steal, but the Razorback takes out the what's it called? The Stealth Tank takes out the Razorback. There we go, that's why I got confused, because I said Razorback first. These missiles are going to beat these wheels, though. Oh, this is looking bad for Greeno. What's he doing? Oh, horrible play from Greeno. I gotta say, man.
He would have been better off just letting the thing fire instead of trying to go around the missile troop.
Yeah, exactly. He could have just killed the missile. Also, like, he had Stealth Tank and wheels on that bottom left pad, and he could have seen that he was going to lose both matchups. Like, I think it was... I mean, it wasn't clear that the wheels were going to lose to the missiles, but it was a possibility that he needed to be moving a unit already in preparation for. And you knew he was going to lose the top matchup as well, so... I do actually think that was a pretty savage misplay from Greeno there. I don't normally want to call people out, but I think that was pretty severe.
He boosted that Stealth Tank and then didn't actually use the boost. He still didn't manage to get a shot off and then ended up losing it. And here come the Titans.
And this is the thing, like, if Greeno had won the first missile, he would now be in a position to kill this Titan and win the game, but because he lost first missile, he has to kill the Titan just to keep playing the game. And it's just going to take him too long, it looks like. And this was the issue. He needs to move the wheels to the right from the Titan to contest. I don't know what Greeno was doing. I gotta say, man, like that was pretty. I don't know if he's lagging or something, because that did not look like the normal Greeno play that I'm used to. That looked a lot worse than normal. All right, third place match: Greeno versus Maximus. We're starting out on Castaway. Interestingly, Maximus playing Strong Arm. I think this is the worst Strong Arm map in the game, possibly. Well, I'm not actually certain of that. It's definitely a terrible Strong Arm map. I'm not sure if Strong Arm can go 1 tile past the missile or 2 tiles past the missile. If it can go 2 tiles, it's not completely horrendous, because at least you can sort of block access to the top 2 pads with a turret. If it's only 1, then yeah, Strong Arm's going to be absolutely worthless on this map.
It's like Maximus is going to save up here to go straight into air, I would assume.
Yeah, I think so, because he's not making missiles or jump jets. So maybe he's going to go straight into Orca. A very strange choice to go straight into Orca.
Especially to fight dogs.
Yeah.
Unit ready.
Reno responds with Pitbull though, which is also a little weird. I feel like maybe going slingshot or missile would have made more sense. Here comes the jump jets from Maximus, now that he's baited out the Pitbull. This is obviously what Maximus was planning.
Unit ready.
I probably would have gone missiles if I was Greeno upon seeing this Orca.
Unit ready.
Yeah, Maximus is going to take this first missile pretty easily, it looks like, with the tech switch into jump jets. Snipers come out from Greeno, but they're a little bit late. And yeah, there's first missile.
Missile launched.
Oh yeah,
Major
yeah.
structural
Sorry,
damage
I've just been pointed out that Greeno has jump jets instead of missiles. That's why he didn't go missiles against the Orca.
Warning, our base is under attack.
A little pressure on the harvester there. I don't know if he's expecting tech.
Ooh, I don't know where these snipers... Wow, these snipers actually managed to walk past the Talon, which because the Talon was focusing on the almost dead sniper squad. So yeah, it works out pretty nicely there. Maximus gets that harvester kill. He's going to go Wolverine now. Although, well, maybe not actually, because there's so many Pitbulls on the field. It's actually really difficult for Maximus to beat a ton of Pitbulls with a sniper squad behind them, because his deck is triple infantry, double air. So yeah, and there's the turret. You can see turret is just absolutely awful on this map. He uses it to bait out a sniper volley though, and then goes in with the rifles, which is a pretty cute play. It might be enough to actually win him the missile with the Orca support. Nope, the snipers take out the jump jets. It's close though, it's very close. Greeno starts throwing dogs out to contest. The Greeno is completely broke here, I just realized, and that's going to be game because he just can't afford any units. And wow, a pretty
Didn't get anything on the pads.
yeah, pretty significant economy win for Maximus there.
Never did get to the Wolverines, but he didn't need them.
Yeah.
Much better map for strong arm, I think.
Yeah, way better for strong arm this time.
It's hard to get worse than the last map, though.
Ooh, and Mammoth Tank from Maximus this time. Interesting. That Mammoth Tank is actually going to be really good, I think. Because Greeno's got this Slingshot MLRS deck, so he's going to be looking to set up pure Fortress. And then Mammoth Tank is just fantastic against Fortresses.
Marching orders received. You got it. Moving out. I'm on it. Move out.
So it looks like Greeno's... Sorry, go ahead.
Riflemen ready to move.
Both players seem to be looking to stall.
Yeah, I was going to say Greeno looks like he wants to stall, probably because he's got this Fortress build that he wants to get set up, so he wants a little bit extra time to do that. But then as soon as he sees this double harvester, he knows that that's not going to work anymore. Because Maximus is going to have some kind of tech.
Unit lost.
Out comes the Razorback, easily countered by the
Building online.
Talons.
Yeah, this is one of the few units you can make that, into a Razorback that will actually punish it. And this is going to be Maximus's missile, because these Talons are going to take both pads, and this Sling is going to be way too late. Pretty big misplay from Greeno there to make the Razorback, which he didn't need because he was already winning the middle.
Structural damage received.
And now Maximus has first missile with double harvester, which is absolute nightmare for Greeno.
Tech Lab's already open. It's going to be a little while till the Mammoth comes out still.
Unit ready.
Yeah, but at this point there's so much time left in the game because he knows at least Maximus knows he has at least like 2 missiles to get a Mammoth out. And he's actually already almost got it. He's at 200 Tiberium. I think Mammoth is going to be his next unit.
Yeah, I think he's just holding off until he gets the Mammoth. And I don't think Green Throw's going to be able to do anything against it.
Nope, this Mammoth is going to come as a very unfortunate surprise to Greeno. And because he has Slingshot as his anti-air as well, Mammoth can just roll through his Mohawks and kill the Slingshots. And then the Talons can come in to take out the Mohawks. If he had something like a Hammerhead as his anti-air, then this wouldn't happen.
Mammoth keeps targeting the Mohawks, though, instead of the Slingshot, which is...
Yeah, this Mammoth has actually gone down pretty easily. Yeah, that Mammoth went down really easily. Now here comes the Talon spam, though, and Greeno is obviously pop-capped on Mohawks to fight the Mammoth tank. I don't know if this Slingshot's going to be in time, and there's jump jets to deal with as well. But out comes the Razorback.
Unit lost.
Oh, it's
Needs
not looking
another
great
mammoth.
for Charlie. Just about gets that slingshot on there. But there's another Talon up top. Can he block it? He does get the missile. Very nice.
Unit lost.
Gets the missile, but there's another mammoth right coming out here soon.
Yeah, and he's almost out of money. He spent a lot taking out that first mammoth, and he hasn't rebuilt his Tiberium reserves.
Unit lost.
The second mammoth is going to be a nightmare.
Just needs to make sure the mammoth targets the slingshot, and I think he'll be okay.
You mean the Mohawks?
No, that's what it did last time. It needs to shoot. He needs to take that slingshot out and then come in with talons. But
Oh, right, sorry, yes. I thought you meant that Greeno wanted him to target the slingshot, and I'm like, that doesn't make any sense.
Unit lost.
Yeah, no, Maximus needs to use his mammoth to take out the slings for sure. You can see how, because Maximus doesn't have a proper, like, a tier 2 anti-air unit, his mammoth is almost dying despite being protected by anti-air. Simply because the talons take so long to kill Mohawk.
this is where Jackson, I think, might have been more beneficial, so it could chase down that slingshot.
Yep.
There it is. He's targeting the Mohawk again.
Yep. Yeah, this mammoth micro is really hurting him. Does take out the slingshot though. Is it going to be in time? It's not. He loses the mammoth, and wow. Reno manages to win the game through 2 mammoth tanks.
Unit lost.
Yeah, the third one even popped out, and I mean, it was way too late, but...
Alright, so here we go with game 3. We are 1-1 between Maximus and Greeno. Maximus still playing that strong arm. Greeno switching to Nod here.
New objective received.
And Maximus back on his comfort deck, except with Pitbull instead of the tech unit this time. And Greeno playing Fanatic Rockworm. Very interesting. I gotta say, Rockworm's going to be pretty difficult for Maximus to deal with if it comes out.
There's not a lot for it to hit, really, but...
No, it crushes infantry.
Park it on the pad.
I mean, it kills 4 out of 6 of Maximus's units. Like, it will annihilate rifleman missiles and jump jets and pit bulls. So, I do actually think the Rockworm is going to be pretty powerful.
Unit offline.
Question is going to be, if he makes the Rockworm, can he protect from Orcas? Because all of his anti-air is ground-based. Like, stealth tanks die to 1 Orca volley, bikes die to 1 Orca volley. So, it's going to come down to... can he keep his Rockworm alive against, like, Orca spam? Because Orca spam is actually going to be very good against Greeno. Alright, so first missile's coming down here. Greeno with pretty good map control at the moment. It's looking pretty bad for Maximus. I don't see how he gets on either of these pads. Yeah, that turret's a little bit too late. Oh, and it targets the wrong thing as well. If it had targeted those missiles, there's a small chance it kills them before the missile fires, but targets the wrong thing.
Unit offline.
And yeah, loses first missile because of it.
First stealth tank's out, and it looks like it's going to get that Orca without getting shot back, so that's a pretty healthy trade.
Yeah, and here come the jump jets to try and take care of it, but there's already Fanatics guarding it. And Greeno doing the right thing here, keeping his stealth tank next to his Fanatics, so that if one of the Fanatics dies, he gets the boost. Is he going to move the stealth tank away? No, he chooses to. He doesn't micro the stealth tank. Uses all 3 missiles on the Talon. If you fight Talons with stealth tanks, you can fire 2 missiles, which will kill the Talon, and then move the stealth tank away, retaining 2 missiles, which means you can kill another Talon if it shows up, which I like doing quite a lot. But it does require precise micro.
He's got enough for a Rockworm, but he's not getting one out. I guess
Yeah, I think he doesn't realize how much money he's floating, and he also is a little bit pop capped here, so he's just desperately trying to make units and get on these pads. Does take out the units on the top pads. Stealth tank does take out that Talon, but it's going to go down immediately. I don't think Maximus gets back on this top pad in time. It's going to be close. He does not.
Oh,
And Greeno takes the game fairly comfortably there.
he had a lot of tib float at the end there.
Yeah, he could have started making rockworms. If he loses that missile, I think he realizes how much money he has and immediately starts making rockworms.
He knows that Nod doesn't have strong arm, right?
Maybe that's why he did it. Alright, so we see Maximus switching to his Nod deck here, which is a triple air, triple infantry deck.
Building online.
Slightly weird. Greeno is playing snipers and slingshot and Borka. Wow, this is an absolute nightmare for Maximus. His air all loses to slingshot, like badly, and his infantry all loses to snipers. So Greeno just needs to make a couple of snipers with a slingshot, and I think Maximus is dead. We'll see how it plays out. But yeah, I suspect that's where we're going to end up, is Greeno's going to make like double sniper and a slingshot, and Maximus is going to be unable to fight it at all.
He's forced into going laser drones early because of the amount of dogs, and that's going to bring out the slingshot pretty quickly.
Yep.
Building online.
Here come the snipers. Yeah, this is what predicted. Maximus is not going to be happy to see snipers here because they are going to be an absolute nightmare for him. First chems come out. Maximus also has AFK rifles in the top left. I'm not sure if he knows that they're there. So it looks like Maximus is going to lose his first missile pretty cleanly. He does realize those rifles are there. Too late though. They don't make it to the pad in time. And immediately die to the snipers. Yeah, this is rough. One slingshot plus a sniper squad is really difficult for Maximus to beat.
I almost consider just Jade missling that fortress of sorts.
I think you need to make that play, but you need to wait till near the end of the missile to do it. I don't think doing it now achieves anything. Oh, and that cloud might expire. It does expire just as the missile hits.
That
It ends up killing nothing. Surprised to see a pitbull here from Greeno, honestly. I think, like, dogs is actually a better blocker to go with the slingshot and the snipers. He also now has 260 Tiberium. He could just start sending Borkers out if he wanted to.
Surprised we haven't seen a Borka yet.
I think he just doesn't want to bomb his own stuff. Like, he's winning easily anyway. Yeah, I mean, he's even pulled his Harvester here. So I think he just doesn't want to make a Borker and accidentally bomb his own stuff. This Harvester pull, I think, is a little premature, especially when that slingshot was holding that pad anyway. There's no real reason to move the Harvester up. Ooh, and this cloud doesn't expire.
That was well done.
Greeno just about saves the snipers, but then immediately loses them to chems.
Unit lost. Unit lost. Unit ready.
Ooh, it's going to be close. Snipers don't finish off those chems in time.
Unit ready.
And Greeno's spamming pitbulls instead of going for another slingshot here, which I'm a little surprised by. Oh, it's looking good for Greeno now. He's getting control of this middle. Get a pitbull on the right hand side and he should win. Yeah, there it is.
Unit ready.
Yeah, and that's it. Greeno does take it.
Banshees just don't trade well enough with pit bulls.
Yep, not when they stack up. Alright, so that means Greeno is 3-1. Greeno is our third place player. Congrats, Greeno. Here we go. First game of the finals, SRPSS versus Victor Bansma from Broken Mesa. SRPSS, I suspect we'll see the Titan Liang deck again. Yep, we do. And Victor playing his patented Inferno deck. This is, I would say this is like Victor's main comfort deck, probably. Oh, and he goes Blind Double Harvester. Interesting choice. So I actually think Victor's deck should be heavily favored here, because Phantoms beat Hammerheads if you play them correctly. And SRPSS's deck is all air units, pretty much. So the Phantom should dominate this matchup. And if the Phantom is not dominating, Victor can support with bikes, whereas SRPSS doesn't have great support for his Hammerheads. He only has Missile Troopers, which will be terrible against the Infernos. So I think SRPSS is behind in matchup here, but obviously that's not how Rivals. It doesn't always go to the person with the correct matchup. And wow, that boost on the buggy did not work out at all for Victor. That buggy got absolutely slaughtered. It looks like SRPSS is comfortably going to take first missile, which is to be expected when your opponent is double harvester.
The classic Razorback missile troop combo. That's just there's nothing you can easily throw at that.
Yep. I think if Victor had managed to get good 1v1s with the buggies against the missiles, he would have been fine, but yeah, he was unable to pull that off. He got 2v1 repeatedly. Wow, triple Mohawk from SRPSS here. Victor responds with a Phantom. Uses the Phantom to split fire, using the buggy to finish off this Mohawk, which I actually think is a pretty smart play. Gets the block. Wow, Victor just kills all of these units. I think did he lose anything there?
I think he lost one buggy.
Right, it's a pretty good trade for him. That was like 100 and, no, so 210 for about 30. Not a bad trade in Tiberium. SRPSS actually kind of broke now, spamming missiles. Here comes the first Inferno. A little bit surprised not to see Victor just make some rifles here. Like, just an easy answer to these missiles would have been really nice. 2 Infernos come out though. He does take the middle pad with them. Phantom heads bottom. Wow, that boost on the top was completely pointless. That Inferno just goes down. Oh, and wow, SRPSS takes it quite easily. Really surprised to see Victor go double Inferno and not just making some militants, but
Well, I
there
think
you
that
go.
Razorback on the field scared him off.
Alright, here we go. Second game, SRPSS versus Victor. Victor has picked open water for this one. I wouldn't be surprised to see an exact rematch of the decks. I think Victor... Yeah, Victor... Yep, exact rematch of the decks. I think this map is better for Victor than it is for SRPSS. At least, like, for Victor's strategy, I think this map is going to work out a lot better. And Victor goes for a Rifleman this time instead of going blind double Harvester as well, so... Yeah, playing the deck, the different map, playing it differently as well.
Unit offline.
Yeah, I think last game he was just hoping to spam Infernos, but he ended up spending so much trying to fight off the missile Razorback that it took him way too long to get there.
Yeah. The issue was kind of just that his Infernos killed 1 missile squad each and didn't reload in time. Oh, and Victor goes for a boosted bite going after this double Harvester. Very interesting. Looks like he might actually get the Harvester here. It's going to be close. He does take it down. It's very nice for him. It means he might be able to get a Phantom out for his first missile. Well, it's not looking great right now.
He's too pop capped.
Yep.
The classic SRPSS pop cap.
Yep. Does it every game. But these boosted bites come out and actually he ends up winning the missile of his pop capped units. Which you love to see that. You love to see that happen. That's my favorite thing when someone tries to pop cap an opponent and they just loses to the units they left alive. So SRPSS does lose that first missile, rebuilds his second Harvester. Victor goes to harass again. And we really want to... Victor really needs an Inferno here. He needs an Inferno to blow up these missiles and create area denial. And instead he goes second Harvester. I think I would have just gone Inferno if I was Victor, but... Obviously feels he needs 2 Harvesters.
I don't know that he's going to have enough time for that to pay off.
Yeah, I agree.
Also, it gives the Titan 2 targets.
Yep. Like, here comes the Titan. Titan's going to walk directly to these Harvesters. And yeah, Victor only just getting his first Inferno out. He's definitely going to lose 1 Harvester here, maybe 2.
Unless he can take his own Harvester out here with the Inferno.
Oh, he does take it out. Very nice. And the Inferno's almost dead now. It just needs 1 more Inferno shot to go down. SRPSS does get 1 Harvester kill. Oh, interesting. Victor chooses to ignore the Titan now, or he's just finishing off with the bikes. I don't think those bikes are going to kill it.
Lost the bike on the way in.
Yeah. And now he bombs it with the Inferno. Not sure about that. And then he blocked himself off from getting lasers forward as well with the fire. Some questionable plays coming out here from Victor, I think. He was winning easily, but yeah, he's really kind of misplaying this one. Looks like Surface is going to take this missile easily. Oh, never mind. There goes the drone and the flip! Oh, the SRPSS gets punked. Absolutely punked. He had that missile locked up, man. All he needed to do was have something on that back pad.
Both of those missiles, the first one he lost while because of the pop capping, and the second one he lost because he tried to Liang steal and it didn't work out for him.
Yep, absolutely savage. Alright, here we go. Victor versus SRPSS game 3. We're currently 1-1. We're on down the middle, which is SRPSS's map choice.
3, 2, 1. New objective received.
That slingshot that Victor brought, I think, is going to be pretty important for this one.
Yeah, and Victor looks like he's built a deck to counter what SRPSS is doing again, because he's got the Grens as well to give himself an out to Titan. So a slingshot plus a Razorback plus some Grens should be enough to take care of everything SRPSS can do. I think like 1 slingshot, 1 Razorback, and then just do like a wall of Grens in front would actually be really strong. The Victor decides to go for harassment on this double harvester, which I usually think is an error because honestly, like, your opponent is just looking to make the game go longer. But SRPSS is not stalling. He's simply fighting this this harvester harass. Razorback comes out. It's going to take care of these missiles. Slingshot. Wow, what is this slingshot doing? Some definite misclicks from Victor there, and he loses the missile because of the misclicks. Looks like he's just lagging savagely.
Rifleman over at the base just...
Yeah, I think Victor is just like unplayable lag or something.
Unit lost.
Because that was some really horrible play. Like, this micro is just really way off.
Unit lost.
And he's now allowing a ton of stall, which I think is going to come back to bite him.
Yeah, I mean, he's already lost the first missile as well, so here comes the Titans.
Unit ready. Unit ready.
He's trying to get those Grens and use the rock to block. He manages to pull it off.
And this is basically what he wants to do. He wants to have these Grenadiers in front of the slingshot and at an angle where the Titan can't shoot through them to kill the slingshot. That's really ideal for him. Oh, but he messes it up there, and the Titan does get the shot through onto the sling.
But he loses the Titan.
He does kill the Titan, and he also took out a Harvester. But loses a lot of Grens in the process, and SRPSS is pretty close to another Titan. If Victor can set up these Grens in front of the slingshot so that the Titan can't shoot through, that's really what he's looking for here. That'd be the dream. And yeah, this is the formation I was talking about. 1 Razorback, 2 Grens, and a slingshot. This is really good for Victor. It's super hard for SRPSS to break through.
Gonna manage to take the missile, but probably lose the... Oh, that Liang on that top pad stopped the Titan from getting to the spot to hit the cross shot.
Yeah. Does lose his Harvester, but doesn't really matter. He's got quite a lot of money, and he's not that scared of Titan, really. Looks like SRPSS might go for the Titan base kill here. And Victor microing that Grenadier to stop his slingshot going down. Does save the slingshot. Very nice play. Another Titan comes out, though. And the slingshot is not protecting these Grens properly. Oh, and he loses the sling there.
Probably another Harvester here soon.
Yeah, it's just an army of Titans. And he simply can't kill them quickly enough. And the sling is forced to spend all its time running away from the Titans instead of actually fighting air units like it wants to. Grens to block again. Nice micro from Victor to keep this Titan off of his slingshot. But yeah, he needs this slingshot alive, and every time it goes down, it gives SRPSS room to breathe. Slingshot just does down to the Titan there. And he's run out of money. I think that's it. I think Victor's dead now. If he had enough money for another slingshot here, he could have won this game, but he's completely broke now. And this Razorback's just going to clean up.
He can stall for a bit, but yeah, there's nothing.
Yep, slingshot's not going to be enough now.
It will, just too late, I think.
Yep, doesn't quite kill that hammerhead in time. And SRPSS is going to take it.
He had the right counter deck. I think that early delay is what killed him.
Yep.
I mean, when you start getting 2 and 3 Titans on the field, there's not much you can do about it.
Yeah, I mean, he won the second missile pretty convincingly, but that first missile, losing it to SRPSS, again, because he, like I was saying, he chose to harass the Harvesters instead of charging the missile.
Mm-hmm.
And then he lost the missile because of it. And then, you know, harassing the Harvesters doesn't help you if you lose the missile. Okay, SRPSS versus Victor. We're at 2-1 to SRPSS at the moment. It's a best of 7.
3, 2, 1. New objective available.
And SRPSS playing the same deck again. Victor playing the same deck as well. I think this is a great choice from Victor. Pretty much it's a similar style of map, so the slingshot's still going to be great, and I'm pretty sure the deck matchup is in his favor as well.
Line double a hard open from Circus.
And once again, Victor is going for the Harvester harass, which again I think is a misplay. Because what he wants to be doing is just charging this missile.
Unit ready.
Interesting choice to move off the ads here. Yeah, he's focusing on this harvester harassment where he should be focusing on charging. Very nice play there to move off of the pads when SRPSS moved onto them.
Unit ready.
He's actually doing a pretty good job of pushing SRPSS back. Getting good harassment. SRPSS wasted a Liangro there as well. Here comes the Razorback though. This is the problem though. If Victor doesn't respond to this quickly enough, he just loses the missile to it. Which is exactly what happened last game.
Unit ready.
This time it looks like he's going to respond in time. Slingshot comes out. Razorback's going to move off though. He's going to lose this drone. And he loses the missile again whilst going after harvesters. 2 games in a row now. He's lost the first missile because he's focusing on the harvesters. Against a tech deck. Like,
Unit
I'm baffled, man. I'm actually baffled. Like, how do you do that twice in a row?
Get hyper focused. You feel like I'm so close. I just got to finish off this harvester, and Titan's gonna come out here soon.
Yep. And once the Titan comes out, it's going to be really tough for him.
unit lost.
Surprised we're not seeing a Titan now, actually.
Interesting double Razorback there.
Yeah, I don't really know what he's doing here. There's the Titan. This is obviously going to look to kill the slingshots.
Unit ready.
And the EMP is doing a pretty good job from the Grens, but not enough. Razorback does take down that first Gren squad, and a second Titan comes out. And Victor is definitely going to lose the slingshot now.
Unit ready. Unit lost.
And without the slingshots, he's unable to use the Grens to take care of the Titans. And here comes a Hammerhead. There's no slingshot in sight.
Unit ready.
This is looking very bad for Victor. I think he's just going to lose this game.
Our base is under attack.
He might hold it off. I mean, he lost the harvester, but
It does. The slingshot does take out a lot of air here.
Unit ready. Unit
He might be able to sneak this missile.
that Titan trying to stay on the pad.
Ooh, nice little move
Nice.
from the slingshot there to stop the Titan shooting. Very nice play from Victor. And double slingshots come in. SRPSS is pop capped on these Razorbacks. Titan comes out. I don't think it's going to be quick enough. No, it's not. And Victor does take this missile.
Triple Titan.
Yeah, and this is exactly what, like I say, so if Victor had won the first missile instead of conceding it to go for the harvesters, the game would just be over and he would have won now. But instead he has to kill 3 more Titans. Probably more once as the game continues.
Especially if those harvester kills keep coming, which it looks like he's going to get another
I
one.
think he's going to go for the base kill here. Double Titan on the base does a lot of damage. It's actually very hard to kill 2 Titans on your base before they kill you.
Especially when they're Liang healed, both of them.
Yeah, I think this is done. I don't think he can kill these Titans in time. Yeah, I think... Oh, it's going to be close. It's going to be very close. Titan get the shot off. It doesn't get the shot off. Oh my god, neither of them gets the shot off. Wow, holy shit.
Our base is
That
under attack.
hammerhead is probably going to
Oh.
finish it, though, since he's pop capped.
Yeah, there goes the Hammerhead for the base kill.
Unit ready.
Slingshot comes out. It's a little bit too
late.
slow. And there's the base kill.
That's it.
And that is why you should win the first missile instead of going after harvesters. Alright, here we go. This is match point for SRPSS. Same deck again. Victor back on his Inferno Comfort deck.
Building online. Unit ready.
And the map was picked by Victor this time as loser picks. So Victor needs to clean sweep SRPSS here. He needs to win 3 in a row.
Unit ready.
Let's go.
I think this is going to be a challenge for Victor.
No stopping.
It kind of, the deck he has kind of helps blunt the pain of the Razorback, but I don't think it's enough. And that double harv I think is going to end up hurting him again.
Yeah, it's going to be very... Well, I mean, this map is better for it than Broken Mesa was. And you can see he's trying to pop cap SRPSS here. He's leaving him with these two-man rifle squads. SRPSS doing the same back to him, but with 1-man rifle squads. Yeah, I mean, this is... This is always very silly to watch. And here comes the Razorback to clean up Victor's units. But this does mean SRPSS is heavily pop-capped on these triple rifles. And Victor responds with a Phantom. SRPSS can't make anything for a while here because he's got these riflemen. I think Victor should be looking to fire the missile quickly before these riflemen die to the Tiberium.
Building online.
Looks like he should take it here.
Manages to hold on, yeah. And those riflemen, I think he was hoping they would die to the Tiberium, but I think you're better off just leaving them,
Yeah.
using them to hold pads. At least
Yeah,
then they have to be
you've
killed.
got, you've got to block your opponent's units from moving onto the map with them to force the opponent to kill them.
Victor
Yeah,
again going after the Harvester.
I'm guessing SRPSS was not super hyped to have a little bit of his own medicine there with the pop capping. And SRPSS also goes double Harvester. Here comes the first Inferno from Victor. Victor's basically going to be looking to just spam Infernos, I think. Here comes a Hammerhead. That's going to take care of this Inferno very quickly. Ooh, takes out the Phantom without taking a shot back. Victor goes for another Phantom. There's double Hammerhead now. SRPSS looking pretty good for this missile. Victor pulls a half. I don't think that's going to be enough. The missile's going to kill these bikes. Boosts the Harvester, interesting. And loses the missile.
Pad and steals the missile.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess he wanted to get the block, but it didn't work against the Razorback.
I mean, he has successfully held Surface from getting his tech lab open.
Yeah.
But
loses another Phantom here. This is not good for Victor. He's pretty broke now. He might go for the base kill, it looks like. Yeah, it looks like he's going to go for... Ooh, I don't know. Well, okay. So he just wanted to kill the higher hit point missile squad, I think. Does get another Harvester kill there as well.
Victor's sitting on a ton of money.
Yeah, 150. Here comes the first Titan. This is going to slaughter these Harvesters. And buggies. Yeah, that goes one half. Here comes an Inferno. I don't know why Victor's moving his Harvester. I guess because he just wants to fire the missile. Yeah, he's just moving everything for the missile. Double Inferno comes out to take out this Titan. Two Infernos actually won't kill a Titan. It has 5,500 hit points. Inferno does 2,000 damage. So you see the Titan survives 2 Inferno bombs. His Harvester pull very nice though, actually. Another Inferno bomb comes down. Victor just needs to spam some bikes here, and he might be able to take this one. Doesn't finish off that Mohawk though. That's a huge misplay. And his bikes die to his own Inferno fire. Oh, is he going to get it?
Oh, he got it.
He got it! Nice! Nicely played from Victor with the bike spam to take over that last missile.
Bike spam. No, yeah, and the hard pulled, so he had to start making infantry there at the end to try to get something on the pads, but he manages to pull it off.
Yeah, very nice half pull. Alright, here we go. SRPSS versus Victor. It's 3-2 to SRPSS. Victor with the comeback in that last game. Rorschach is SRPSS's pick. Let's see what decks we've got. So we've got the same decks again. Oh dear.
This is going to be a lot harder for Victor to stall or to charge the pads like he was doing on the last one, though.
Blind double from Victor this time.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't quite get it blocked. Very close.
See if SRPSS, yep, he mirrors with the double hard. Probably believing that his tech will beat Victor's tech.
Yeah, I mean, he's hoping that Hammerhead spam will be enough to win, I think.
43 seconds in and the missile is barely charged.
Yeah, I mean, both players with the double harvester. I don't think either of them feels comfortable charging. They both just want to play a harvester killing game.
No problem.
That combo of the buggy and the bikes did pretty well, surprisingly well against the Mohawk.
Yeah, buggy does okay damage to air. Not great, but it does some. And Victor getting a little bit pop capped here. He's got his one-man bike. He's got two harvesters, obviously. Double Mohawk comes out, takes out both of these vehicles, and the Razorback follows up. Victor with the boosted Phantom cleans up one Mohawk. That's all he's going to be able to do, I think. Doesn't get on the pad in time. Nope, just doesn't get on the pad in time and loses that missile.
He should have sent the bikes onto the pad instead of trying to get the Phantom on there.
Yeah, or he should have sent something onto the pad. He kind of left both of them on the left pad. Boosts the Inferno to go after the Harvesters. Hammerhead to stop it. The double Phantom takes care of the Hammerhead. New Hammerhead comes out. Could get Harvester plus base here. Nope, goes just for Harvester. Hammerhead takes out one Phantom before going down. Looks like SRPSS is trying to suicide his air now. It's going to turn into a Phantom versus Hammerhead war.
Attack bike ready to rumble. Arcane. Inferno beds are moving to coordinates.
Oh, he's going to get the Harvester as well. SRPSS pulled the Harvester back into the Inferno's bottom. Slight misplay there.
And those Harvester kills are going to be crucial. He's swimming in money now.
Yeah, he doesn't need the money, but he needs to prevent SRPSS from being able to afford Titans, I think. I think that's what he's trying to do here. Although Titan doesn't seem like it would be that good right now. It would just absorb some Inferno shots. Victor has enough money to be able to consistently lose these Phantoms without it really hurting him.
Yeah,
Here comes
I think
the first
the
Titan.
money it's all about right now is the Titan would be just to get some Harvester kills so you can make more Hammerheads.
Oh, and he bombs his own Harvester. That's not great. Oh, the Titan's going away from it. Wow, the Titan is trying to get a double hit here. But instead he's just eating Inferno shots. Wow, the Inferno Fire kills the Harvester, so SRPSS doesn't get that money. Does kill one, though, and starts throwing these Hammerheads out. Victor going for the base kill here, which is not an insane plan, but also he didn't win the first missile, so it's not just going to be game over. It's just going to put him back to even. I'm not a huge fan of throwing money at the base when it just puts you back to, like, I'd rather see him win the missile and then try and do it. Triple Phantom on the field now.
That fire is really helping contain the incoming missile troopers from SRPSS.
Yeah, and this missile is super important. Victor is heavily pop capped on things that do not fight missile troopers. Oh, and that Inferno goes down before firing. Wow, I think SRPSS is just going to win here because yeah, Victor just had two Phantoms in a bike squadron. He just could not fight quadruple missiles in time.
Missile troop spam. I think again he kind of got so hyper focused on being over there by the Harvesters that he forgot the pads, and by the time he got everything back there, it was just too late.
All right, and SRPSS does win it. That is 4-2 to SRPSS. He does take the tournament. Congratulations, SRPSS, and thank you, Barold, for coming in and
a wonderful
co-hosting.
Cinderella story to see SRPSS come in and win one of your tournaments. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, God. He does win a lot, that's for sure.